Hello and welcome to Willand PE, week 4, lesson 6. I'm here with Jack.
Hello.
And today we're working on catching. So we've got a balloon, tennis ball, American football and a volleyball. Doesn't matter what type of balls, but a balloon is a very good tool for reception and year 1 children who are just learning to catch. So I do recommend you get one of these to start with them rather than a tennis ball. So, at the end of this video, I'll put a link into Mr. Thompson's Catching 101, which will show parents how to progress catching with their child as well, and the different stages of development. But first off, let's have some basic principles, okay? So I'll use the balloon, and Jack, do you want to use the American football? Yeah, okay, so we'll just that. So the first thing is, balloon gives you more time. So for young people, they've got a little bit more time to catch, and we're just doing 2 hands here, okay? And whenever you catch below the waist, rule is fingers should be pointing down. So if you notice Jack's catching there, and his fingers are pointing down. So here, and as Mr. Thompson says, young people will be grabbing. Okay, so there'll be grabbers here. So there we can just do tap, catch, tap, catch. All right, very simple. Okay, so Jack's doing that with that one. Okay, just carry on. So just throw in and catch. Okay, Jack's already doing 2 hand catches at the moment. 2 hand catches at the moment. Yep. And we're trying to catch for the older ones with fingertips. That's it. Yep. Okay, good. Yep, good. All right, so let's just show that hand. So I'll show you on the balloon. So we're trying to catch with this part, well, you know what your fingers are, rather than this part, because if it's there, it will bounce off. So if you just try and catch with the palm of your hand, Jack, and show what happens. It's called stiff hands. We sometimes call it stiff hand or soft hands. You might hear that term. But really, we're just trying to catch with the fingertips. Okay, so just with the fingertips. I'm trying to press 4 fingers and a thumb on the balloon. There. There. Okay, so Jack's going to do it with that one now. So just 4 fingers and a... Yep, go. That's it. And thumb as well. And thumb as well. That's it. Yep. Good. And again. Okay, now, the higher you throw the ball, the harder it is to track. So this gives you a bit more time, the balloon, but when you're throwing something like trying to field a cricket ball in the outfield, ready, Jack? And I've got the garage height here, but you'll lose track of it, so it's actually harder to catch. You catch it underhand like this, so wait for it to drop down, okay? And he caught it into his chest there, and back again, right, and again. Yeah, so he caught it here, yeah, one more. So this is why we like people throwing to themselves at the moment, just to get used to catching there, because it's a bit easier for their eyes to track, which is an important part of catching. It's not just hands, it's eyes. So we'll hear the phrase of looking the ball. And if you've ever watched sport, you'll see people doing this, the ball coming to them, and they go, because they've taken their eye off the ball. So another way to do it is if you've got some writing on here. So here we've got the Green Bay Packers logo, and the words here. So Jack, what I want you to watch is the Packers logo as it comes towards you, okay? Okay. Ready? So just focus on that. Yeah? And this is a good way of getting people to track the ball, just track the writing. Yeah? One more. Yeah? And if you haven't got writing, colours. So you can see which part, the red and the yellow here on this volleyball. Just watch the red and the yellow, Jack, and see which way they spin. Yeah? Okay, I'll show you. You looked at me then, he took his eye off then. That's it. Okay, tell me which colour your left fingers are touching.
Yellow.
Okay.
Yellow.
By doing that, I asked him just to check at the end. He's really focusing on getting the ball into his hands and watching it. It's a good way of training the tracking eye. Good one, Jack. The other one now we're doing, so we've noticed we've caught below the waist at the moment, below the waist, so our fingers are facing down. If we go above the waist, or above the chest height here, we try and make a W. Now I know it's not a very good W, okay, but we're trying to make our hands up like this, so that when you're ready to play a game, you can get ready to catch. Jack's getting ready to catch, and his hands are there. Good. Yep. And again. Yep. Now remember, all the things we've talked about are fingers. So that one there just sounded a bit heavy. I thought he caught it with his palm then. So we're trying to catch with fingers. All right. Good. That's much better. Okay. Then the other one. Yep. And then the other one. Yep. Good. Okay. Right. So now we couldn't get Aaron Rodgers for this video, so I'm going to have to throw the Green Bay Packers ball to the Green Bay Packers wide receiver. So same thing with a misshaped ball is harder to catch. You ready, Jack? Very good. Yep. And again. Yes, watch, good tracking there. And again, one more. Yes, good tracking. And last one. This one's for a touchdown. Yes, okay. So there's our idea, just watching the ball, and the same thing. So fingers up above the chest, fingers down below the chest. So the same principles there. Remember, we're trying to use the fingers rather than bouncing off the palm. Once you've got those principles in place, then you can start making the catching more trickier. All right. So one is to make the ball. This is a harder ball to catch than this one. But then you can do it yourself. You can either bounce and catch, bounce and catch. Try that. So he's catching one hand. Catch two hands at the moment. Yeah, bounce and catch. Yeah. So you can either bounce off the floor or bounce off the wall. No, bounce off the wall, not the floor, Jack. Yeah. Okay, good. So that was good. Good rhythm there. You see, he gets quite a fast rhythm there, and he's quite close. The further away you are, the more time you have to catch. So if you're close here, less time, but you might be able to so better. It's not so dependent on the throwing. So if you're not so competent as throwing, that will help there, but you have less time to catch. Or here, you can throw underarm and still catch. Okay, good. Then the next one then is to make the ball smaller. So we'll do all the next few drills with a tennis ball. Go. Take it. That's it. So you just throw, bounce at the moment. Yeah, bounce, two-hand catch. Yep. Okay, and then same off the wall. Good. All right, so that's coming back fast. That's hard to track. So this is Jack's 10, year 5, year 6. So year 5, 6 children should be able to do it with a can't even hold it myself, tennis ball there. Then the other thing to do, we're quite static how we're catching. Then the other thing to do is start moving around a bit. So Jack, what I'd like you to do is just throw and catch whilst walking. Just not to, or straight into a run. Come back into camera shot. That's it. Yeah. So he's just doing little ones at the moment to get, because quite often you're moving. Yeah. Good. Okay. Then you throw it, bounce, move and bounce and catch it. Two-handed catches so far. Good. Two-handed catches. Two-handed catches. Yep. Good. Okay, and then relax. All right. And then the next one we can do is, as he's just demonstrating there, is the one-handed catch. Now, if you're going to play tennis, you need to be able to do this because you have to do the ball toss. All right. So you can either throw up and down gently to one hand or to alternate hands. Like that. Okay, so try that, Jack. Stationary first. Okay, now what I'd like you to try and do is combine some of the movements we've done before. So you're going to lunge and do that. Do a side lunge. Yeah. So you're doing one-handed catches again. Try two-handed catch to start off with. So we start with two-handed. Yeah. Good. Yep. Good, well done. Now, this is where you learn about physics as well in these lessons. Now we're going to try and throw it from an angle here, Jack. So you throw it from an angle here, there, and then lunge to the right to catch. Then step here, throw it from an angle there. See if you can do that. Now this is a hard drill. Do you want to do it with a bigger ball first?
I'll try with this one, and then if I don't do it right, I'll do a bigger ball.
Okay, yep. Oh, that's right, and then go to that side. So that was a lunge. So this is where we practice the lunges, yep. Good, and then going that way. So this replicates a lot of sports where you're going down like cricket or even netball. Netball is a bigger ball, but this is a hard ball to catch. That's right. Do you want to use the bigger ball or are you just going to challenge yourself?
I'll use the bigger ball.
Show a bigger ball for people to practice there. Yep. Yep, good. And hopefully you can see then, and when Jack's catching down here, he's having to get right down here. This is why we do all those lunges. When you think, why do we always do all these lunges? It's because it happens a lot in movement like that. Okay, go back to the hard one now.
Okay.
Good, and then step. Good.
Oh, I did a bit fast there.
That's all right. Okay. And then once they've done these drills themselves, then we can get into partner work and we can do the same thing, and then we're just throwing and catching. But remember that the throwing and catching is a lot more dependent on the accuracy of the thrower. So two young people working together doesn't work so well. So a parent with a reasonable throw, we can do it. So I'm going to do the same thing. So you're going to go to your left. That's right, and throw it back. Yeah, and then we can do one-handed or two-handed. And remember the tracking, still use the same thing. Here I'm going to track these little lines on the tennis ball. Good. Coming to your right now. Oh, that's it. Yeah. Good. There's some ideas about learning to catch. Have fun and enjoy your catching.